Hello everyone, Richard here and welcome to a new weekly overview here on AltCryptoTalk. Since you guys love the alphabet series, altcoins starting with certain letters, today we'll go over C tokens. I've handpicked 5 altcoins starting with the letter C around key rejection levels. So let's dive straight into it. And of course, if you like this type of content, let me know in the comments and smash that like button. Starting with Cake, we have been trading within this big range from weekly time frame between 1 and 5 round numbers, and lately we have been rejecting the lower bound, providing us with a discount to look for short-term and long-term longs. If you zoom into daily time frame, we have been trading within this big range, within a bigger range on weekly time frame. And if you remember, as per my last chart, we have been looking for longs around this demand zone. Of course, to be confirmed on H4 time frame after we break above this 2.06 previous major high. In this case, we'll be expecting a movement towards the 2.8, 2.9 resistance zone. Meanwhile, we can still push lower where we'll be looking for new longs. Long term, if you zoom out to daily time frame, for the bullish takeover and push towards the weekly resistance around 5, we need to see a break above the 3. In this case, we'll be expecting a long-term bullish movement. Next, comp, we had a 100% pump after rejecting the lower bound of this rising broadening wedge, as you can see in blue, and this 40 round number and support zone, we pumped by over 100%, but we failed to break above the 71.5 resistance for the bullish to take over and push towards the 150, 140 upper bound of this rising broadening wedge. A break above this resistance is needed. I mean a daily candle close above 71.5. Meanwhile, as we retest the structure here, the previous major high, you can see it better on H4 time frame, we'll be looking for trend following longs. Next, CFX, daily time frame, we have been overall bearish, medium term, for the bullish to take over and shift the momentum in their favor, and to start this massive bullish phase or bull run, we need to see a break above this last major high around 0.095. Once we break it upward, a full daily candle close above it, every correction would be a dip to look for trend following longs. Meanwhile, we are still bearish, however, we are retesting a very strong demand zone if you can see it on weekly time frame. We've got this massive bullish movement and explosive movement from here. It's still fresh. It's the first time we are retesting it. That's why we are looking for short-term longs, targeting the upper bound of this channel. For the bullish to take over and confirm this bullish phase, a break above this last minor high at 0.08 is needed. Meanwhile, if you push lower within the support zone from daily and weekly time frame, we'll be looking for new longs. Crypto.com, we rejected this supply zone, a massive bearish movement from here around 0.115. For the bullish to remain in control long term, we need to see a break above it. In this case, a further continuation towards the 0.15 round number structure and resistance zone will be expected. Meanwhile, we are still bullish. We broke above this last major high, so it's a structure confirmed, and now we are expecting a trend following long. If you zoom into H4 time frame, we can see that we have a structure right there, as you can see in orange. If you break it downward, we'll be expecting further bearish movement towards the 0.09, where we'll be looking for longs. But meanwhile, starting from here, as long as we are above this structure in orange, we'll be looking for short-term longs, targeting the 0.11. For the bullish take over from here, a break above the 0.101 will be needed above this last minor high. Next, last but not least, Core. We have been bearish as well from daily time frame. However, it's kind of an accumulation phase, because if you compare the previous impulse movement, it has been steep and a big one, steep but a smaller one, smaller, big but flat, and now you can see we've got a flat impulse movement, which means that the bears are still in control, managing to make lower lows. However, it's not that aggressive as before. They are not pushing as strong as before. They are exhausted. That's why this bearish impulse movement is currently flat, which is an early signal that we might be expecting a shift in momentum soon, to be confirmed after breaking above this entire range, which is the last impulse phase. For the bullish takeover, from a long-term perspective, a break above this upper bound of this big range around 0.55 is needed. Meanwhile, we are still bearish medium term and short term on H4 time frame. If you break below these lows, we'll be expecting another bearish impulse to push the price lower towards this demand zone, because we had an aggressive bullish movement from here. So if we retest the 0.4, we'll be looking for new longs, and for the bulls to remain in control long term, a break above the 0.55 will be needed. That's it for today. Let me know if you want me to go by order and do the tokens next, or you'd like me to improvise and go do a mixture of tokens. And of course, don't forget to share the video with your friends, like, subscribe, and I'll see you hopefully on the next one.